time I'm going to about presidential debate in the kind Ewakan Kasem Adom TV Suni Asempa 94.7 FM Adom 106.3 and I think Shra 104.5 Ewo Kumase. Me name you say Bonsu. Me name you about Kriabwa Adom and a moderate debate. Into already know yedi kind wana wabeboye every political parties a hodo de achemo afin ye ba be call debate no ankasemo ye sha se me ka se ye busa question bia obia wo 2 minutes and as sima mienu se ordinary ye ebetudwa production team na ekeka wonti abom se yemfa 1 minute and count ye sima ba ko eka ho ama ye sima miensa ena obia wo se ordinary sem ebetudwa medical ka se ye sha se every economy enti se ye ko economy dia omomo introductory comment no bebre na kan sem FI juma sem ho nti no na me de be hye ase job creation obagana ha mebunu ni bebre epe ejuma it is a me hye ase a Owura Hassan Ayariga ede yen ebe hye ase se Ghana for eto aba emawa os infie 9 ni mu enwuma sen e na wo hwe se ode beba na ekwan be na obefa so e create sa enwuma no 3 minutes.
Come.
And the Americans say how many jobs and our workers will be created. Ne quite ben our befaso at this
okay. When them say be politicians or more casase or more created jobs. That be and your job creation here. And your institutions, building institutions here. When them says here, you import $1.2 million of rice every year. $700 million of tomatoes, 1 billion into fish and chicken. Oh, you wasted so much money importing. So at the end of the year first, it is you start with production hub to produce and consume and export. You started with production hub. Nipa be pray or be call into that job center. Then we roll out the 3-shift system. Afternoon shift, morning shift, and evening shift. From production, we feed our economy, we sustain our economy, and we export and balance our foreign currency. Then we move to a manufacturing hub. You're producing the next stage of manufacturing. So Ghana everything we import. So clearly, it is change the curriculum of education from using the data system now to know that your data system to show that from this year, we need to produce this amount of food, this amount of for export, and this amount for consumption. Then manufacturing will link our educational sector so that according to school, from the kindergarten and from primary level, you're producing microphone and I manufacture mobile phone. From that state now, the curriculum of education will be centered on manufacturing of mobile phones and cameras and televisions. So all these things will be linked up. Then your co-production. Then we now move to industrial hub. So all these stages of production and manufacturing creating automatic jobs. But when we say job creation, there is nothing called job creation. When you put a good enabling environment for businesses to thrive, the jobs are created automatically. One will say, government has done nothing in the production and the manufacturing sector. Government has not put an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. So first of all, let's create that atmosphere so that people from businesses, people forming business or more business, then you change our curriculum of education to make sure that our graduates are proactive, creative, and innovative. Our graduates are avoidable graduates. Omo peer school, omo kitas documents, omo koyo juma. Only mechanics, omo yes apprentice, no omo koyo shop, omo start juma. Tailors the same, omo yes start juma. Welders omo start juma. But the education sector no, we are a certificate no kita. Then we are untimi ekwe. So clearly we need to link up industry to our educational sector and move on.
Get us say, into Owura Hassan Ayariga ni attending Kano. Owura Kofi Akpaloo, job creation, saying I'll be creative and how.
Say Nyakupoye Madum, na me be president. Yes, it's $10 billion job fund. Obi bia o pepa. So be so one kasa obi business no. Beje bosia. So we have 1 million Ghana, 2 million Ghana, 3 million Ghana, 5 million Ghana. Beji for be a business, you know. You but tiny say between create at least 1 million new entrepreneurs. Obi bia opeso kusua ensa no dwuma no. Ho kan nyina aban fa. Opon ho so a yasama bosia je fa bi wankasa wadwuma. Because mimi bia adwuma me fa nipa mienu, obi adwuma fa nipa miensa. Nti obi bi ndwuma no na ye fa nipa na adwuma no e bo man nim. Enya aban ene be bia adwuma direct ene yatima employer obi. Na mum mini o eyi say wokọ Bible ma Habakkuk wo say Onyankopon so nipa daye ma nipa dreams. It is hard daye ni vision nyam de ma nipa no. So de bibi. You have to use it to solve problems, to create wealth, and to do everything. But the problem with Africa, and I say Ghana, and I say, oh, idea said there na, we nyamwa, and it's hard environment and be creative. Said there be oh idea be na, we nyamwa, and their back is idea no, na atimia solve problems. Obi wono mani de bobo, bi wo ani mrika tu, ni bi mrika tu, no to, sign ko phone nyina, they need help. And we are ready to give them the necessary help so that they may develop or more talent. Na because obi say that the lumba obobo nyum say ya no kwa na eba nipa bebredi na chi. It is all boss sanko for now. When they are moving with entourage and they are going with people. It create jobs. So obe concept was say ya nipa mbeba no mbo mbeto aduane adi. Eti canteen ni ade ombefa car e adwuma. Ebe see build all our road network. Once I build the road network, no, we are creating jobs because in the pan before Mumbai Jumano, cement factory a bay Juma. And I'm about 10 who say part of veranda so near the day. You but I say be sit down at entertaining near the commodity in the pomely dabontino. Yes, see a dino, we are creating jobs. Factories are air produce materials near the dinner, you are creating jobs. And I did Bakua a day a kuma super and say contractor obey a bay Jumano, you be paying instantly. Because when you're a contractor car, you are killing jobs. All these years, you know, because we play politics with our contracts, you know, contractor we don't pay the contractor because you only saw your MPP and our NDC ni. LPG government will stop all those things. Now making sure say, well, yeah, we there. You be can only be your workers car, your suppliers car, your bankers car, your bankers, your suppliers. You are sustaining those jobs. Until we have to sustain jobs and create additional jobs. LPG. We have the key to open doors, to open opportunities for our young people. That is why we are calling everybody to vote Kofi Akpaloo, number 8 on the ballot. And God will be with us all.
And if microphone the year no my.
Yeah, no. Maybe it wasn't you know say. Ghana ha me ba ya man for to abama me na me ba. Ye kasa ya ye ka ye ni aye kasa wo ye santini a wo ka otwi e wo ye semoni a ka otwi wo kasa na ye otwi
na ye busa adwuma sem e den na obeye de create adwuma ama mebunu na nya adwuma ye
nti adwuma nko na ye ka
sisi ade adwuma
mate oye adwuma de me ye kuani akuafo anyhow se kura wo mkoko matum temene ya 1000 Ghana to so bi mo kwara amaba wa ne mrante me ya ketesi apa na ko wure mo doye nti wo a obedo me bia forest ama ho me bia forest no na wo a obedo no mama osika na wo de akodo no ayete se me se de me ya ketesi am kodo e wonso do bi ko adwuma no ye nsama ho ye nche wo nkotum ye nya wo he to so bi mo wo mo ye di bia obi te se ma ye ni ba bi di bia e wo se me pe ba bi amba bi di bia na me ma wo musika na wo mo di bia na etimi nya sika hwe ekuru ne amba na ejai bang ebosia na wo mo je na atwemie no ni abache wo makotom no e wo se me ma wo musika na di bia na etimi di hwe ekuru ne amba na wo mo so ya di ya bo bosia ya chi egum no de me be yi obi a me yi obi a ba bontin e to so bie mo no dwuma sam ya o kan de dwuma de bi wo ho na so sika semu ya ye kan wo mu ni bi enti na ye kan me so be ba meboa se de obi abetimi anya sika na fe so nyanka so me fe se de be ya betimi ama wo mu so wo mu aye pia ba abontene mama ya dwuma ama ya ye no wo mu anko ye basa amfa ye ho anko bo amo breku anu so me fe ne ma ye na adwuma yi bebre wo ho a se nipa bebre a page money be aye. And then dear, met me I hold my, I may be what me be aye. And to my man can be so. Now, metam on soy. And then I'm a catcher say, me cassa no aye cano. Say, I'm kaya cassa, dear, our man, young coyanim. And tea cassa and will be a cassa in the tree. Brofo, no, with our child. And yes, I meant to brofunti, and I'm there by being to be cancer. Yes, I meant to brofunti, and then we'll Ghana ha. Will be go come, brofo, I have a one who can yesterday. No, I didn't know one cow cassa. And tea kaya cassa, the cassa bet you to school. Yet the cassa bet you ever come, my head baby, my becca cassa. Quarter becca cassa free, quarter to a supreme quarter. Yabaka cassa. Yeah, you can't tree, you can say, and now there's some about Cofalo, and I want young tree or a beam see that. I was here, kind of cassa. And Martha saw a walk a bad mono. Oh, I was some more fibaco. My mouth was swimming and sanity. And more. I some more fibaco. Now, ultimately, I was flannel.
Yeah, better, yeah, mammy, a piadon quasi p. And some many pammy and sending in a 1 year more day about. I say, ya call ya same be said, tosom ye no and penning for. As in be said, tosom ye no, ye share bosia, a war may mu yada soa, a war, or may ye seek a sem and in into chimu. Nipper be susi say, or may ye a try ye gigiano, a was see a tumidi and noa bore mine home bra. If you soon see any cell, may be any one more, the wounds you soon a jadie, and tea, Gia Jebosia. As in Bisani say, me shall see a fee, Ura Kufia Peluso. Say a banny say, and nay ya to a banwa ma war. Obeji Bosia Framino ne Ediabu minor. Obejia, Chile Musentia Obeje, 1 year swa, Chile Musentia 1 year.
Minia. Sinyame ya Adom na me be president a busi bu wiase nyina meje agese bia me sanka na se me sabe kapa dia meje die siesie Ghana ama Ghana ye krabehwe meje busia no dia boa ama mrantie ne mabawa anya adwumaye America obi apese okoho America de tie ho ye fefefe no o man to susu ena muri sisi America eye bosia ena America foaje Japan bosia ena omaje ena muri sisi o moman no America wiase nyina mo na de kakese pa 31 trillion the whole Africa ye bosia ya nyina ye 1.3 trillion Ghana bosia na ya jinde 40 billion pe seminya kwanya semetimenya be 1 trillion US dollars na meje Meji nam de aye new city Meji nam de bie factory said the minia Hassan Ayariga ka say nya factory ka Messi factory wa mam atade ehemi yen kwakra mabiem empabo ehemi yen kwakra mabiem anwia e wo Ghana fomu nyina ka betu na de bia ndade na de bia ye glass na de bia ye chansen na nyama bebrebe because anwia ne go fomu nyina isika. But we here in Fidia, what the benani, Amanaye, and Ade, and Ajade. Eti, Major Bussian, the Sanya Manina, Major Bussian, the Ayagana, Quenya, Mapotos, in every said the Baya, Unama, Uncle Bopoto Munku accident. And this if we see Uncle Edgray, Yasibapane, Dodgy Poto, or Kumuni Pensia, Poto Bacupenu, or Kumuni Pensia. Say a J. Bussian, and at the year quining in a Candice Funciano Comotiase. Sinako ponya Adom na me kofia polum benya kwan nim safi mbeto mame na moto mame so so a me de wose be yoyo meje bosian de sisi adan ama wo mo de da edwom wo mo de da veranda nim sisi a kofa o kan hia ni pom de da enkofo stores anim no meje bosian de sisi dan mo nyina na single room ni toilet and bath shim no mu nyana baby do mu traere ato ama kuafo de bia bobo kuafo bosian edwadifo de bia bobo mo bosian say the Ghana bet say America. Because Italy cried the 1.3 trillion. Na Ghana, Erika 40 billion. Ade, the whole Africa, Erika 1.3. Because IMF actually says what Jebosia or Kohepig, especially when your debt to GDP is 70%. America debt to GDP is 1.1%. Sorry, 110%. Japan is 237%. Ghana is 70%. Yebe Jebosia, near to America for ni DNB. and I say Canada for the NB. Yanya Bosia, Uhiana Bedore.
But now I say, but now I say, Ura Kufia Palimamin call Enoquia don't cost you know to Asomaya Sembisanoa. A Bossian near Fabosian, who bar Betty Bossian. Mpacho fa akasamuno mayen.
Me ba chama de me ba menye bosia. Bosia menye ne se. Japade aye wo no, wo mo ahwe so yenti, ene ye ho kire ye me yakwaje bosia. Enka obi na betimi afi ne ma so abagana, so obepe bosia. Mo hwe asem. Ye kuro ya ye wo gold, ye wo diamond, manganese, bauxite, timber, cocoa. Yangopo se petrol wasade amaye. Na mo hwe mo nyina mo tie gwa afi kuro mu a me nko ho na so me mate. Wo bia wo ho a ono petrol yi, wono ana na petrol. Se me be soma ni pa amana kọ. Wono akọsua petrol ne ye. No ya be na petrol no Ghana ha. E be sua ya buru ye so. Ama obi na pe bia ebetimi abaye ha. Enti me soma ni pa na chine ya ye no akọsua petrol ne ye. Ne be na petrol ha de a. Ye ni hawo. Ya japade a ye wono so no. Me hwe ni ye se de be ya ebi be so obi aso. If you say Adom no ya kitu ebi ti say kura. If you sika gu ha ya wuntimi ni. Etiri modene ene ne ma ekoso no. Enti ne ye ho akire ye. Enti bosia pa de me nya ma dwene say me ba me pe bosia ne mbo me adane amenane petrol ha. Ne ma ye me koko chocolate bibia wa ha. Ama me nkofo me ma ne me nana no nya bia yo. Ye nya adwuma ye. Na petrol no so ye de ahwe ye ho. Na bibia ye wo ma ga ne mo no. Ye de japade ye wo ma ye tu akwan ya ye ka no. Yani a wo mo ye tue gold no me be che ekwa na ma wo mo minni mo hwe kura minni mo yo me nche me che kwa na ma wo mo wo nya kwa no a mama sase na me ho do baba be ye no no a be ye nti kwa ni na be che ma wo mo wo krusika nti se ni mo anto aboase na so ye kwa anye me che kwa na ma wo a yo wo nwa mama sase na me ho no no ono be ye nti no me nkwa be bosia na mo me anka se sika na be so yedi afi ye nkwada ya o mutu gadam se no afidi a de kwaso no ne me makwan da ma fidi enko na emo kane no o mutu amela kakra bi ne ya kwasa ase ya kwa sika aba ade de me bia kwada ma on kwada ni nyina anya bia ye na saa anya ma bone no etu atwa kro no etu obetwa enti me bia kakra me bia ma wo ma ye twa amela kakra bi a bodi a odi ani obi bia wo soro ensai me ye ne saa me bia ma wo mo enti no se me ba bosia pa Ghana ha pa de me ba bosia na me de me ya japade no ko se me na petrol no Ghana ha de a ye ha on say eno ho adwuma na me be enti me mpa bosia mo da wroma enti ma ne me ma no me ene na medical kan se me mpa se ma akora no ye ho be kire ye e wo se me ma sika na ye de ye adwuma no na be su ye kunu no so ne etimi na fe ento kwa so mo da ye kunu ntam no na eto atwa enti me be ma adide pa wo ma Ghana be ma adide e wo ma Ghana me etimi ya hwe kunu ne ma enti bosia de mo da wroma me mpa bosia na me wo me di wo ma japade be hwe ne aye ho ne etimi aye enti e mesuko no so na me ka se wo ma ye fe ya japade ye enti me fa nkokwa e wo se me ma ebi so mo ya so me mo mfa sika no nko na ye ho nkire ye di ya japade ne e be di ho
mo Enoquia donko ye da se me enko Ura Hassan Ayariga so eja yeah, Kasafa Bosian, we were talking about loans. Oh, okay. If you take loans when you come to power, or you think we can just do everything with the monies that we are taking from the country.
Medasi bebre. Onim say Ghana ya jibusiana bebre. Says here, our loan stands around $39 billion. To the GDP, 76%. Says here, who say, oh yeah, papa. Now oko jibusia every day over your fee over your mama kwada no modi then oh yeah wow sisi ya jibusia kwa na we pay workers. Are we serious that even institutions that omotimi ye juma no pay themselves, they are not able to pay themselves? Government has to borrow, not to invest but rather to pay workers. And yet secondly, who they go? Omoji be 39 billion. Then omoye kwai ni ho, water ni ho, health facilities ni ho, hospitals ni ho, schools ni ho. Then omoye roads are very bad. Wow, and yet so for borrowing there, it is a lazy man who wants to borrow. God has given us enough resources in this country. Lack of Bible say lack of wisdom, my people perish. And ameboa. So at the end of Ghana, we have to begin to see how we can even pay back our debts. Right now, we've tied everything to debt. Our gold, we've tied it to debt, borrowed. Our diamonds, our bauxite, all to debt. Our oil, all to debt. Everything is tied to debt. So since here, at the end of the year, we are only working to pay interest on debt. We're not even paying the debts. Currently, we are working paying interest on debt. So the debt keeps on piling and piling, and we keep borrowing and borrowing and borrowing. What's the essence of our oil? What's the essence of our diamonds, our gold, our bauxite, our manganese? Why are we not able to add value to it? So as a government, borrowing will be the last thing. For me, I'm working towards recovering that we have borrowed so far. So maybe debt recovery fund, so that everybody will begin to know how much we owe and start paying. Then secondly, I don't know the true words for it, but we have to begin to put measures to reduce our debt stock by, first of all, reducing taxes so that people can create more revenue. Increase, then we reduce interest rates so that people can work, and then your friend is saying, how do you call it in tree? The issue of giving support to businesses to thrive so that they can grow on their own, so that we stop this debt. Debt has killed the African economy, not only Ghana. We have gone to Chinese, our manganese, 3 billion debt. We are not even able to use our manganese wisely to raise revenue. So for me, it's only a lazy leader who wants to borrow. A lazy leader.
Me now say Mr. Hassan Ayariga nebusia ya
say obi wo rebatala 1 minute to do that. Na tete o train aka 2.
Say minim kwa krom before so a o be run the economy no. Obe add value to natural resources.
No ye him for asem na wo kan.
My make don kone menu Ayariga. Omuso mo be add value to the natural resources. You feel no add value to natural resources. Ye sika na e. Sika no so. Sika no obi a kawaye. Wonni bi no. Na obi o sika no. Obe gi sika na free ni ho. Na wo dia ye. As an accountant, as a chartered certified accountant, may believe we say it's always cheaper to use debt than to use equity to invest. You can say borrow, we never borrow, say borrow edi. So I this Canada beto chinchingawe. Lemon, jibusia edi a beer juma. Said the beer in papa ye juma. Na 2.5 person oju woman. What me ajo moto.
Okay, my yana mati. Yebesai abia.
I mean, bisa Palu. My name say, or say, or your accountant. Maybe as an accountant, he knows how to borrow. He's been borrowing all his life, so him borrowing. But bisa no, what are you going to guarantee for the borrowing? Then obefa. You're sitting down talking that we are accountant. You know nobody borrows you for nothing. Nobody gives you free lunch. Already we have tied all our resources and mineral resources to borrowing. You are not even qualified to Djibouti as a country like Ghana. You're not qualified. If you don't know, you have already borrowed too much. You're not qualified. You don't even know you're not qualified. You see only a lazy president who doesn't even know how to use his resources. God has given us enough. What are we doing with our production hub? When you begin to produce enough, Ubusiano ebe go down. When you begin to export more, Ubusiano ebe go down. When you begin to manufacture, Ubusiano ebe go down.
Mayanasi Ura Hassan Ayariga. Into questions on economy. Mamin Kaimo say the first ever presidential debate in Akan any day Bremodo Adom TV. So Asempa FM, Adom FM, and Inshra FM. Your affiliate Nenswa Efa Jumedie Edo. So into Ukwa Santi Achem Agogo, Adansi 98.9 FM Ewoho, Oko Seshi Juaboso, Rainbow Radio Air Fire, Seshibo di Akwaba FM Air Fire. Oko yen social media platforms nyinara on Facebook, Asempa Facebook page, Adom Facebook page, and afi Adom TV Facebook page. Echegu ewo hontimonsha nenso emfa emayen. Yebeda ye ho aba yeba ye ko education na yahwe busa nsem ewo ho enso yebesisia.